Coming off their first victory of the season on senior night last Thursday, the Durfee Hilltoppers come back home to face off against West Bridgewater in varsity field hockey action. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to the broadcast. Well, the Durfee girls are warming up behind us, and they are in for their biggest challenge of the 2020 season, and that is the West Bridgewater Wildcats, who come in at 3-0, having defeated Dartmouth, BR, and Brockton already this season. Now, again, West Bridgewater, they came into the Southeast Conference because they had nowhere else to play, with the Mayflower League not competing this fall. So we took them in to our little bubble, creating 6 teams, and the lower division Wildcats are really making a splash. Again, a 3-0 start for them. And one of the biggest things that's worked for them is the defense. Their head coach said that the defense has been stellar, and they're looking to keep that going throughout the game today. What does that mean for Durfee? Well, the 7-on-7 versus the 11-on-11 that we're used to seeing, the limited field due to the COVID restrictions, has really opened up a lot of fast breaks for the Hilltoppers. That's kind of been their bread and butter, and it worked for them last Thursday. But that's something that they're going to have a lot of trouble with against the tough defense of the Wildcats. So, should be a great game. We'll see what happens after 60 minutes. We hope that you'll stick around for all the action next on Fred TV.
Honor, courage, sacrifice, pride, our city. Fall River has traditionally been in the forefront of honoring our nation's soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen. Vietnam veterans took the initiative to secure rights to an 80% size replica of the Healing Wall for Veterans Bicentennial Park. The names of over 58,000 fallen heroes will be engraved on the 360-foot long replica wall. 100% of the money raised benefits the building of our Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Fall River. Help build our wall, which is scheduled to open in 2020. The meaning, the spirit, and the value of the wall is everyone's. Be part of this exceptional, once-in-a-lifetime project. To make a donation, please visit VietnamMemorialWall.org or connect with us at Facebook.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Game is underway. Thrilled to be with you here on Fred TV. Evan Massoud with you for the call. Again, Durfee coming in at 1-2-0. West Bridgewater 3-0 on the season. So, again, going to be a tough matchup for Durfee, and I would say scoring early is going to be the key to this one. You know, you want to play with a lead, especially against the tough defense of West Bridgewater. Durfee in their home whites, West Bridgewater in the road maroon-colored jerseys. Thursday's game, the win that we had, the senior night game, big game for Tony Freitas, Destiny Cruz, and Abby Strollo. Those three accounted for the game's offense. A nice save in net for the Wildcats. Keeper Paul McCafferty.
I think she's got it. I think so.
He was able to get the foot on that and block it. We'll run down the starters here for both sides. For West Bridgewater, Elise Pugliafico, number 4. Number 5, Emily Kruikshank. Number 7, Anna Trott. Number 13, Megan Bonarigo. Number 15, Rachel Smith. And number 18, Grace Poland. And a chance for West Bridgewater to come out on top early. Still in play in the box, and it's good. Buried by Rachel Smith. And I just said how quickly a goal would make a difference for either side here, particularly Durfee. It's West Bridgewater out to the 1-0 lead just about 2 minutes in. Final starter for West Bridgewater, again, it's the goalie, number 55. That's Paul McCafferty. The head coach in his 6th year is Nick Campagna. Abby Buston moving it up ahead to Strollo. Strollo loses it for a second and now taken away. We heard a whistle is going to go the other way for Durfee. They're starting 7. Captain number 7, Destiny Cruz. Captain number 12, Abby Buston. Captain number 17, Faith Ferreira. Also number 20, Emily Curran. Number 21, Tony Freitas. And number 22, Abby Strollo. In goal for the Hilltoppers is Kaylee Hutchinson. And of course, head coach Nicole Henrique in her 8th year leading this team. There's a great goal from Rachel Smith. Took one shot, no good, took a second. Now a chance for Durfee. Can they get through the defense? Strollo working hard again, but it is taken away by Trott. Hilltoppers keep it down that end, though. Going after it was Curran. Shot taken and deflected, and it'll go out of play. Well, I have a quick second here. We'll take a look at those goals from last Thursday. Again, Freitas and Strollo and Cruz teaming up for goals and assists. The first goal from Freitas, and the second one set up by Cruz, and it was Strollo and Freitas there. I think Freitas actually, when seeing the replay, even tipped that one in, so kind of tough to call with the naked eye. But 2 good goals there for Durfee in the win last Thursday. As we come back here to the field of play, had a foul, and it's picked up here by West Bridgewater as they put it back into play. Strollo with a break. Can she take a shot? Oh, what a nice save. McCafferty, I thought that Strollo was going to be able to do an end around. He kind of did a bit of a hook slide there, stuck the foot out and blocked the shot. Good chance for Durfee. They had, so right there, a couple chances already. Unable to cash in though. Passed up ahead, dribbled, bounces away, and now this is going to roll all the way to the near sideline. It's going to die before it goes out of play. Coming in is Freitas, able to take it and go right by Poland. Through the legs of Olivia Raza, just into the game, number 2 there. For now taken back by Anna Trott. In talking to Durfee coach Henrique, I asked her, I said, you know, one of the things she was concerned about, and I mentioned it at the end of the broadcast last Thursday, was, you know, the girls kind of tiring. You know, with 7-on-7, you have more open space, so, you know, you got more to travel. Freitas gets the pass, oh, and it's just out of reach. Beautiful setup from Strollo to Freitas. That's almost exactly like the goal last week for Freitas. What I mentioned, or what I was asking, though, Coach Henrique, was, you know, she had said that she was concerned about the girls kind of, you know, getting tired and the fatigue setting in into the 4th quarter because you got less players on the field, right? And I noticed, though, that last week that didn't really seem to be the case. And girls did a good job at at sustaining for 4 quarters of play. And she said, well, we've been conditioning a lot. And she says, you know, when you control the ball and you control the pace of play, that makes a big difference in terms of, you know, how much ground you got to cover. If you're constantly defending, then you're going back and forth up the length of the field and back. Beautiful pass. Can the Hilltoppers tie it? Strollo takes the shot, dribbled in front. Oh, just wide to the right. Freitas, inches from the tying score. We say it in ice hockey all the time, and the same applies here. Take shots on goal, and sooner or later, you're going to get one. Well, that's as close as Durfee got. They've progressively gotten closer with each try here. Man, oh man. So 3 fantastic chances for the Hilltoppers to start this one, and yet they find themselves down 1-0 after about 5 minutes of play. Call that some tough luck. Strollo controls it. Freitas is breaking. Goes around the defender who fell. Sets it up to Freitas, and the pass is just wide to the left. Too far back for Freitas. Was not able to hook it in. So another good chance, though. Another good setup from Strollo. Really impressed from an offensive standpoint. Now, one of the other things that worked well for Durfee, they switched up their formation a bit, went to a 2-2-2. So basically, your 2 forwards, your 2 mids, and your 2 defenders all know exactly who they're covering. It was essentially a man coverage, situation, whether it's defensively or offensively. You're going one-on-one with the same person. As long as you're really, you're controlling the ball. Obviously, if it gets away, someone else has to step in. But for the most part, it was one-on-one coverage the whole way. So the girls only had that one player to really focus on as an opposing player. So coach said that worked very well for Durfee as well, and she's hoping that they can keep that going today as well. There was an extended whistle. The scoreboard, unfortunately, here at Durfee was not functioning. They were having some issues at the start of the game. The official on the far side just blew the whistle, very extended whistle. I think they were looking at their stopwatches. I think both officials trying to get on the same page in terms of the clock and make sure that they're both synchronized. I'm assuming, obviously we can't hear the discussion, but based on what they were looking at, I would think that might have been what they were doing. Raza trying to get by Cruz, and Cruz denies her twice, takes the ball, passes up ahead, a 2-on-1 situation. A 2 on the goalie. Strollo and Freitas. Oh, Strollo overran the ball. Oh, she's going to be thinking about that one later. A break. No defenders up with help. Can she make it count here? Strollo going to take the shot. And it's good! Made up for it. Abby Strollo ties the game at 1. Told you sooner or later they were going to get one. Too many chances, too many hold your breath moments for the Hilltoppers to not get one. And that's got to feel good for Strollo, too. Again, especially having that break. The rare miscue kind of running by the ball there. Again, with Freitas up ahead, too, to help her out, and no defenders in front of them. Rarely do we see that opportunity. But she made it count right there, getting the second chance. That was set up by Abby Buston. Now, just like that, the Wildcats back down this end. Got to get it out, kind of have a chance, and it's good. Just like that, the Wildcats answer and pull back ahead about 60 seconds later. Now it's put in by Rachel Smith, number 15. Strollo takes a swing, and it goes out of play to the left. Well, we'll see how Durfee answers now. If this is any indication, we may be in for an offensive shootout today. 3 goals in the first, say, 10 minutes or so. Take a look at the timer here. Yeah, about 10 minutes. And that's oh, another chance for Smith, and it's kicked out by Hutchinson. But 3 goals in the first quarter, I mean, that's saying a lot when you consider we only saw 2 goals the entire game last Thursday. Out of play it goes. Played at the 25 again, no corners. Shot on net, oh, and it sneaks through. That makes it 3-1. And it looked like that one was Pugliafico. So after the tie, 2 unanswered goals for the Wildcats, who lead it 3-1. Strollo cruising past multiple defenders, loses the ball at about the 20. The Wildcats will take it back the other way. And that is the end of the first quarter. I'll tell you, fast 15 minutes. So I guess the I'd say the clock is working now, too, on the scoreboard, considering that the siren just sounded. Again, it wasn't working pregame, but now it is. All right, after 15 minutes, a 3-1 West Bridgewater lead over the Durfee Hilltoppers here on Fred TV. Welcome back to Durfee High School. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV. Second quarter beginning here on the Durfee practice field, home of field hockey. Possibly not for too long, though, as I was hearing some unconfirmed rumors. I'm hoping that it's true, that the main field where the football team plays and soccer plays, the main stadium field, not the practice field here, hoping and hearing that we may get that lined for field hockey, so that some of the bigger games, you know, say maybe a New Bedford game, you know, or a playoff game, it could be played on the stadium field where there are bleachers and proper seats. I mean, there's no seats here for this practice field. It's just a field. Strollo, can she take a shot? The defender on her heels. Great job defending there. And a trot, stopping Strollo in stride and clearing it out. But that would be fantastic, man. I mean, we would love to see that, to see the, you know, the main field lined for field hockey as well, so that the ladies can have the opportunity to use it. Definitely create some flexibility. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Again, that's not confirmed, but I have heard that a few times, so I'm hoping that it will be the case. All right, again, if you're just joining us, the first quarter was pretty wild. West Bridgewater started the scoring, and then Durfee, Abby Strollo with a goal about 10 minutes into the first. And then in those last 5 minutes. Back-to-back quick goals for the Wildcats to pull back in front, and they lead now by 2. So see what the Hilltoppers can do. Freitas with a centering pass. Nobody there in the box. Kicked out by McCafferty. Strollo back in there, trying to redirect. Hooking it in front. Kicked out again by McCafferty. Big time speed there for Cruikshank, number 5. Had some help breaking up ahead, but loses it, and Durfee's going to take it back. Buston on the far sideline. Strollo towards the middle. Can't get past the defender. Ball loose and scooped up. That's Curran. Freitas in front. Can't get around. Does she? She stole it back. Can she take the shot? No. And a whistle down low. Great attempt there from Freitas. Able to jar it loose and actually controlled it for a couple seconds. And it'll be, it was played by Durfee. The foul there was, the violation was on the Wildcats. Now out of play it goes. Shot on net. I heard a whistle, though, and that's not going to count. A violation negating Strollo's second goal. That's a tough break. Cruz down into the corner. Keeping it in was Curran. Grace Poland passing up ahead, and Cruz unable to keep it in. It goes out of play. Man, we've been really lucky, you know, starting late with sports. I mean, it's 64 degrees here at about 4:30 on the 3rd week of October. You can't ask for much more than that in terms of weather, and the weather's going to cooperate, I think, all week, so we're going to have a great week for high school sports here. I only wish it would have been this warm in previous years when we had 7 o'clock football games, you know? There were some pretty cold October nights, let me tell you. That one skips through, it's going to go out of play. Strollo, end around. Freitas is up front, ahead of the defender. Whistle is called, Strollo takes it. Shot on net, Freitas in front, and she can't tip it in. Another great chance. I mean, Hilltoppers just got to keep doing that. Said it in the first, I'll say it again. You got to just keep taking shots. Buston trying to get around the defender, cannot. Durfee had a 2-on-1 down in the box, inside the arc, I should say. Could not. Buston couldn't get it around. Forging up ahead, Abigail Mata. cleared out. And sent right back. Back and forth we go. That one skipped through. Another chance for the Wildcats. And it's broken up. I believe that was Brooke Macedo, number 23. Jake confirming here, my second set of eyes right now, as Cam runs the camera. Thank you, Jake. And that's going to end up going out of play. Oh, the Wildcats trying to make a little bit of noise here on this left side of the screen, left side of the field. Durfee, I'd say, controlled play for the beginning of the second quarter. A couple chances down on the offensive attack. Now the Wildcats threatening again in the arc. Foul on the Hilltoppers. And it'll be played at the 25 by Smith, who's already got 2 goals today through the legs of Strollo. That one no good. Strollo's going to take it back. Freitas down the field. Ooh, Strollo gets taken out. Tumbling down. Gets up, no problem. Good to see that. We saw a pretty ugly injury on Friday at the boys soccer game. One of the one of the Bridgewater Rainham players in a collision with one of the Durfee players, and it looked like it definitely was a knee injury, whether something was torn or it was dislocated, but it definitely went back the wrong direction. We'll leave it at that. A pretty ugly injury. So, we hope that the opposing player there for the Trojans is recovering okay, and it wasn't as serious as it looked, but he had to be pretty much carried to the cart, which is never a good thing. So, as they say, injuries are part of sports. You never like to see it, but, it's inevitable. And, for Durfee, they're dealing with the same thing. Sadie Fitzgerald, you may have seen her story in the Herald News. She came over from girls volleyball because girls volleyball got pushed off to the 4th season, the extra season, which is where football will be played and whatnot in the end of February. And so that opened up the opportunity for athletes to possibly participate in another fall sport. So she came out.
Make yourself available for the pass. Spacing.
So, but Sadie, as you know, bad knee injury herself, so she's out, unfortunately, but that's what happens sometimes, the bad breaks, and it's, never fun to see, that's for sure. We never like to see anybody get hurt. Sophie McDonald, another volleyball player that joining the team here for field hockey, so passing to Buston here, working this sideline now. Down into the corner to Freitas. Strollo breaking, but the pass ends up going right to the defender. Buston settles it. Was looking for Strollo, sent it a little too far back. Now, bad pass. Strollo's going to take the shot. Kick save, and it's free in front. Who wants it? Wildcats able to clear it. I believe that was Savannah McDonald, number 8. McDonald, excuse me. Who cleared that out? It was, yep, number 8 there. Down towards the goal. Kick save by McCafferty. That would have been going out off of Durfee. I'm surprised he just kicked it in instead of letting it go.
Look for a rebound, Emily. Tony, move around. Get open.
Freitas standing in the box in front. Shot on net, still loose in front. Kick back. Oh, what a sit. McCafferty is still on the ground and free. And now a whistle.
Work together, girls. Go, Em. Work down the middle. Get open.
Strollo hooking it back just wide to the left. Had Cruikshank coming in fast behind her. For a second, it was looking like a 2-on-1 situation with Strollo and Freitas moving into the arc, and then quickly came Emily Cruikshank. Out of play. Curran will set it back into play. She was defending Sarah Morrill. And Durfee ball again. All right, pass goes to Strollo again. Strollo makes a move, takes a shot, and it was deflected, still in play. McCafferty on the ground. Strollo takes another. Oh! Does she get it in? Yes, she does! She shoots, she scores. A goal for Strollo, her second today, and it's 3-2. I thought McCafferty had actually made the glove save, but it got by on that final try. Great effort from Strollo that time. Had to work for that one. It's 3-2 Wildcats. And that's the end of the first half. And Smith, tell ya, pedal to the metal. She was trying to make something happen right there before the siren sounded, but no such luck. So good for Strollo, too, to be able to get that right before the end of the half. All right, Durfee down by just one here after one half, after 30 minutes. Second half coming up next on Fred TV. Stick around.
Here's a story of Principal DC, who discovered a great group of eagle leaders. All of them have the same goal in their hearts, to grow little eagle souls. Here's a story of our eagle family. Everything we do is with love and compassion. We placed our eagles being all together, but we're ready to soar. Even though things right now are not predictable, and the butterflies inside seem like a punch, rest assured that we will come together. That's the way we all became the eagle's nest, the eagle's nest, the eagle's nest. That's the way we all became the eagle's nest.
Welcome back, everyone, to Durfee High School. Second half of varsity field hockey, Durfee versus West Bridgewater, starts right now. Evan Massoud with you for the call on Fred TV. Thrilled you're with us. Very exciting first half. Lots more offense from compared to last Thursday's game against BR. Seen 2 goals for Durfee already in the first half, both to Strollo, and 3 goals for the Wildcats, all 3 of which came in that first quarter. So really a lot of offense to start when you compare to last game. And we're actually, this is not our only field hockey coverage of the week. We're going to see these girls on Thursday as well. We also have girls soccer on Wednesday, our first look at the Lady Hilltoppers soccer team. And then more boys soccer for you on Friday. Well, the foul there on Strollo, I think they're calling the hack there with the stick. It actually came up and hit the body of Strollo too. I'm surprised they didn't call it for that, because the ball can't, obviously touch the body in any way. The feet, legs, nothing. They called it, I think, on the stick though. Out of play it goes in the far corner as it hits the retaining wall. Tell you one thing, it's going to be really strange. It's already strange seeing the new Durfee behind us. We were looking back at our first game last fall, 2019, and all there was were some steel structure, the trusses and the beams, starting to go up next to the field house. They didn't even have the entire thing, erected yet. It was pretty amazing to come back now here and you see this gigantic new building. The bricks are on it, windows are in place. I mean, it's really remarkable how fast it's gone up in a year. But what'll be really even stranger is, once the old building gets knocked down, when we have a whole other entire soccer field placed where Tradewinds restaurant is, on the Wiedemo Street side and the old school, when we have a whole open field, and that'll be another soccer field as well as the softball field. It's going to get a diamond built into the corner, kind of like at Cuss. And you saw us cover the softball games at Cuss in spring of 2019 as well, because construction had already started here and we lost the softball field here. So kind of the same deal. So it'll be a field turf field with the diamond for softball in the corner. So it's going to be pretty wild, and it's going to seem pretty open. Like right now, we feel very enclosed because the old school is still there. We're still in it. The new school is blocking us completely from Ellsbury Street. But once the old school is gone, it's going to seem really wide open on the south side of this facility. It's going to be pretty wild when it's done. We'll probably be able to see Driscoll. We'll be able to see Spencer Borden from here. Can't happen fast enough. And of course, I mean, this construction is going to be going on for a while. We're supposed to be in the new school for 2021 school year, so next September. But of course, they have to still going to have to demolish the old school, and that's going to take a lot of time. And then construct the fields. I mean, I'm sure that the construction won't be done for probably another 3 years total at least. It's going to be still a lot of work to be done here on the Durfee complex. Out of play. Strollo couldn't handle it that time. Down the field goes Smith. Gonna take a shot, and it's good! Rachel Smith with the trifecta, the hat trick. 3 goals today. And for the Wildcats, their lead back up to 2. It's 4-2, West Bridgewater. Man, she is fast. Very impressive. Durfee taking that one away. Freitas couldn't handle that one. Kind of didn't get a good swing on it. Now a 2-on-1. Oh, it gets by. And it's going to bounce out of play. Coach Henrique stops it once it goes out of play, and West Bridgewater will set it in. Centering pass, Cruz has it come off the stick. A chance for the Wildcats, saved by Hutchinson. Oh, it skipped by Hutchinson. Went for the kick save, and it went through the 5-hole. The goal for Mata, number 1. That's a tough break for the Hilltoppers. (5-2) the score. The Wildcats with their largest lead of the day. 3 goals, the difference. Centering pass, Freitas in front, and it's going to get around her. Going to have to chase it down to the other end of the arc. Chance for Buston. Takes a shot, and it skips by wide to the left. I think it was off somebody's foot. It deflected. I want to say it went off of Lexi Levine's foot. I think so. She was near Strollo, and it went out, and Durfee's going to set it into play here. So definitely out off of the Wildcats. Face Ferreira. Trying to get around. Kruick shank. She does, and loses it on the shot. And they'll do it again. So again, if you're just joining or you missed last broadcast, everything gets set up here at the 25 now at the red line. No corners because they can't line up socially distanced and whatnot with all the new guidelines and rule modifications. So, the corners, we certainly miss those. I know the players miss them too. Takes a lot of scoring chances away, so have to set it up differently. Curran with it, Strollo ahead of her. The pass goes to Strollo, and then it is cleared back. Now Buston with it, takes a shot. Diving save by McCafferty. And it's taken for a moment there by Mata. Now Cruz trying to get it away from the sideline. Mata takes it. The pass up ahead to Cruikshank. Has Raza ahead of the defense. Ahead of Ferreira. 2-on-1 here for the Wildcats. Ferreira coming up. It's going to be up to Hutchinson. It goes behind Hutchinson, and it goes out of play. Almost got caught out of position. Had no choice but to come for it after it was beaten, after the defender was beaten. You basically had a 2 on nobody, 2 on the goalie. Gutsy save there from Hutchinson. Keeps the deficit at 3. Another chance, and it's kicked away. We have about 5 minutes left here in this third quarter. Buston on the far sideline. Sent up ahead by Isabel Waldron, number 14. Now coming to the sideline. Out of play it goes as Curran chases after it, but it's going to be Wildcats ball. We'll see Sarah Morrill put it in play. Oh, switching to a white ball. I'll tell you, you can see the white ball a lot better than the orange ball. I like that a lot better. With the sun, the orange ball kind of glows with the sun. Once it goes behind the clouds, especially last week, we had a night game. It was awfully hard to see the orange ball on the far side of the field once the lights came on. The white ball is much better. That's it. I'm putting in a formal request for myself and Jake, who was just agreeing with me running camera. We need to play with a white ball. Much easier to see. In the arc, centering pass, and Freitas misses. Kind of a swing and a miss. Curran comes back to get it. It's taken away. You heard the sticks. Cadence Gill, number 17. Oh, pardon me, that's number 12. Sarah Morrill. Morrill was able to take it away for a moment. Down into the corner, Strollo giving chase, along with Bonarigo, and she watches it go out because she knows it's Wildcats ball. Little slicer, and unable to handle it is Morrill, and Curran will take it. Another whistle. Another change of possession. Bouncing pass. Coming in to cut it off is Ferreira. Has to backpedal a bit. Trying to get around Raza. She does. Good pass up ahead there to Josie Kane, number 1. And the whistle stops her dead in her tracks. It will be Durfee's ball. Ferreira. Well, I would have liked to see her take a shot from there, trying to hook it on the backhand. No good, and it goes out of play. those are the instances there, and see it in hockey sometimes too. Like even with the NHL, I mean, I'll sit there watching and I'm yelling at the screen, just take the shot. Sometimes better to just put the ball and play towards the net instead of looking for the perfect opportunity or the perfect set. Just take a shot. The ball's going to bounce more than a puck. You know, out here, you're playing with a ball on field turf. It's going to bounce. You know, weird things can happen. Just put the ball on net. And that's kind of how West Bridgewater got their 5th goal. You know, it snuck through because it was bouncing and Hutchinson was unable to handle it. So better to put the ball on net than to just try to, you know, get your perfect shot. I mean, obviously there are certain things that are worked on at practice, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not faulting, you know, Ferreira there. I'm just making a point from observation is, you know, too often, especially like even the pros, they're always looking for the right opportunity, and it's like they're circling. Just take a shot, you know. Now, I was a little too young, but my dad always tells me the stories. You know, when the Providence Bruins won the Calder Cup back, I think it was 96, 97, that was NHL coach now, Peter Laviolette's team, and those guys just did nothing but take shots. I mean, like, you're talking 50 shots on net a game, and they just annihilated everyone. Why? Because the more shots on goal, the more of a chance you're going to have it in. You're going to get the score. If you don't take a shot, it's never going to take the you're never going to get the chance that it might trickle in, you know. But I can always recall that. That team was. I feel like I might have gone to a game that season, but my dad was actually at the game that they won the championship at the Dunk. That was, I'm sure, a pretty wild atmosphere.
Middle. Turn and go, Em.
Seconds left here in the third. Another whistle, another foul. Foul actually happened way down the field here around the 35-30. And that's the end of the third. All right, 2 more goals for the Wildcats. One solid goal on, basically on a breakaway, kind of did it, unassisted goal, we'll say, for Rachel Smith, but, and then the 5th goal coming on the 2-hopper there that kind of beat Hutchinson on the kick save, sneaking by. So Hilltoppers with some work to do in the 4th quarter. 15 minutes to try to get 3 goals. Tall task. They've definitely had their chances. There's no doubt about that. Just got to try to take more shots, create more opportunities, and try to draw to a tie here if they can. Again, 3 goals, that's a lot to ask in a short amount of time, but we shall see what happens. Hey, West Bridgewater scored 3 in the first. It can be done. All right, you heard the siren. That means the timeout in between quarters has come to an end, and we are about ready to start the fourth quarter. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV for varsity field hockey action. West Bridgewater with a big lead right now. Hilltoppers with some work to do here in the final 15 minutes. Strollo starts it. Lights are on here at the practice field. The sun is behind the clouds and about to dip behind the trees. Smith with 3 goals already for the Wildcats. Oh, almost had number 4. She went to the high side, far left corner, and it was just wide. I mentioned that we have field hockey coming up again on Thursday this week, so a double hit of field hockey this week, and it is going to be the Whalers coming to town on Thursday, so we'll see New Bedford. Strollo gets by. Can she take the shot? She does. Ball is kicked out. And no good. Hilltoppers have already seen New Bedford once this season that was on the road, so this will be the second and final game against New Bedford. They lost that first game to New Bedford, one of their 2 losses, the other being to Dartmouth. Dartmouth will actually be next Tuesday, which is the 27th. And it's good. They went high again. And the Wildcats with their 6th goal this afternoon. And that looked to be Cruikshank, number 5. As well as Pugliafico, number 4. So the Dartmouth game, though, next Tuesday, the 27th, will be, that's going to be on the road. But that's a game that I'm going to be in Dartmouth with Dartmouth Community Television for that, DCTV. So that one will be live streamed, and we'll put that feed on our Facebook page as well. So you'll be able to see that one despite it being a road game. Curran moving towards the arc, trying to get around Trott. She does, takes the shot, and it is saved by McCafferty.
You got it.
A breakaway. This could be trouble for Durfee. Had a collision, and one of the Hilltoppers is down and in some pain. Levine took too long to get that going, too. I thought she was going to take a shot. Out comes Kelly Mahoney, the trainer. Tough to see I know who is. We can see who's standing. I can see Cruz is standing. Curran is standing. Buston is standing around as well. Looks like Strollo is that Strollo kneeling, Camp? Yeah, Strollo's kneeling. So we think it might be Faith Ferreira. Not 100% sure, but that was Cam's running camera. That's who we thought it might have been. Again, colliding there with Levine, who Levine had a total breakaway, and she took too long to, you know, her delay on taking a shot, which was shocking, to be honest with you, surprising. Her delay is actually what ended up causing the injury because it allowed the Hilltoppers to get back down the field. So we're in the injury timeout here. You can see on your screen there, it is Faith Ferreira, one of the three captains for Durfee, number 17. Still on the ground, definitely shaken up. Up on her feet. Oh, she's holding her arm. So perhaps maybe maybe there was a high stick from Levine when she went to swing to take the shot. Might have come up and got her. So Ferreira will be carted off for the time being, and Hilltoppers will have to do without her for the final 10 minutes or so of this one. It looks like Josie Kane, sophomore, number 1, is going to come in to replace Ferreira. All right, back to the action here on Fred TV. Hopefully for Faith, it's not as bad as it looked. She was down for a while. Save from McCafferty. Takes out Kane on the shot. And it'll be Durfee's ball here at the 25. Strollo puts it in play. Pass to Buston. Takes a shot. Oh, and it's blocked. So after the stoppage, time-wise, we're about halfway through this 15-minute fourth quarter. Again, that's unofficial. We can't, see the scoreboard from here. I'm just keeping track on my phone, really. So, but safe to say, about 7 minutes or so has elapsed in the final quarter. Strollo blocks the pass. It was intended for Abigail Mata. Good pass up ahead, just a little too strong. Oh, it gets by the defender, and they'll have to kick save it. McCafferty sends it out. Fed to Kane. 2 versus 1. Freitas now coming in to help defend his Pugliafico. Freitas takes a shot. It didn't get full contact on it. Not a perfect swing. Buston takes a shot. It's blocked. Goes with the backhand. Freitas was there to try to tap it in. No good. Another save from McCafferty, who's been busy over the last couple minutes. Another chance, 2-on-1. Shot, no good, just wide to the left. That's the right idea. Kane, though, unable to deflect it in. She was in perfect position. Again, that's exactly what you want to try to do, especially if you have a 2-on-1 advantage. You cross the net and wait for somebody to grab it and tap it in on the far side. Foot race to the ball. Strollo gets around the defender. Already 2 goals, takes a shot, slices it a bit. Didn't get a good stick on that one either. And they definitely, they did work. We were talking about it last week. Jake hadn't seen the field either. They did some work on the turf. It's a lot of black shadowing, and that's actually the fillers. That's the pellets. So they did add some fill to the field, and they combed it, of course, as well. But, it still can be, a little bouncy. You're talking rubber pellets, so the ball's going to bounce a little differently than it would if it was, a manicured grass, for example. True grass. So it's still bouncing. I can tell you like walking on it, for example, definitely when I went to talk to the coaches pregame, it does definitely feel better. It doesn't feel flat. Walking on it last year, it was really getting pretty matted. So good that they did the work on it. You know, it's one of those maintenance things. Even though it's not like grass, where you got to cut the grass, you know, or water it, or you know, add seed and whatnot at the end of the season. But there's still maintenance to be done on anything, whether it's real or artificial. That's going to go out of play. Strollo coming in, takes the ball away from Bonarigo. A chance in front, and it's number 7 for the Wildcats. West Bridgewater turned what was a pretty competitive game into a blowout here in the second half. And again, by my timer here, about 3 minutes or so left in the game. And Durfee going to be picking up their 3rd loss of the 2020 season. Strollo backing into the defender, takes a shot on net. Blocked by Kane. That's a hot shot too. Set in play there by Cruikshank. Pardon me, that was number 6. That was a Gianna Messia. Good swing to start play again. Sent up ahead into the arc. Oh, and it gets by Kane. It's going to go out of play. Down the field goes Mata. Has some help in front, but it's taken away. Going to be Durfee ball. Some contact there from Bonarigo on Strollo. And down to about, I'd say, the final minute or so here again, unofficially. But we're very close to the end here in Durfee's 4th game this season. Cruz sent it right through the legs of Bonarigo, and then it was cleared away by Raza. Now stopped quickly. Back to Cruz it goes. That was Curran who stopped it. And Durfee can try to move back up the field. Strollo trying to get around Messia. Takes a shot. Messia settles it, gets into the arc, and now cleared away for a second. Hannah Reitzis. Shot on net. McCafferty with another block. And does it go? No, another save. The defense helping out McCafferty. That one's kicked as well. Kane with the shot into the corner, and it was kicked away. Tremendous defense from the Wildcats, and I'll tell you, that's what Coach said right from the get-go when I spoke with him pregame. He said the defense has been our moneymaker. And they got themselves just a little bit of offense today, too. The Wildcats did. 7 goals on the Hilltoppers. Lady Wildcats lined up on the sideline behind their coach, ready to celebrate. We're nearing the end here, probably the final 30 seconds or so. There it is, final 10 seconds. And this one has gone final. Tough one for Durfee today. We expected it to be challenging. They kept it close for a while, but here in the second half, the Wildcats really pulled away. 7 goals en route to their 4th victory. They are 4-0 and making some noise here in the Southeast Conference. The lower division team, the Wildcats, putting it to Divisions 1 and 2, that's for sure. So a big win for West Bridgewater. Durfee gets tagged with their 3rd loss, and we will see these Lady Hilltoppers again later this week as New Bedford comes to town on Thursday. Glad you joined us for this one. Our next coverage will actually be Wednesday for girls soccer on the main stadium field. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, for Jake Fitzgerald, Cameron Norwood running camera, I'm Evan Massoud saying so long from Durfee.